For the moment, I want to shift focus to the Olympic Games in Rio, and it's not the medal hunt, but a selfie hunt that's making headlines. India may not have won medals at the Rio Games, but as far as controversies are concerned, India is definitely leading the race. Sports Minister Vijay Goel and his team are now being accused of flouting norms and barging into no-go areas, non-access areas. Take a look at this report.
India's sports minister, the senior-most Indian government representative at the Rio Olympic Games. A man expected to keep India's image spotless and its reputation untainted on this biggest of international arenas, has ended up a veritable international embarrassment for India. There could be reason to believe the minister has done just the opposite of upholding India's name. According to the Rio Olympics Organising Committee, Minister Vijay Goel was accompanied by a team not accredited to access certain areas and had behaved in a rude and aggressive manner when stopped. India today has accessed the letter to India's Chief of Mission by Sarah Peterson, Continental Manager for Rio 2016, in which she lists the multiple complaints of rude behavior by the minister's staff. She writes, and I quote,
"Should our protocol team be made aware of further examples of this type of behavior, the accreditation of your Minister of Sports will be cancelled and his privileges at the Olympic Games withdrawn."
The angry minister has hit back, telling India today there was no way for him to access certain areas without volunteers.
मेरे बारे में कुछ भी नहीं कहा गया कि मैंने कोई मिसबिहेवियर किया या किसी रूल को फ्लाउट किया गया। कुछ जो बात की जा रही है वो स्टाफ के बारे में बात किया जा रही है। जाहिर तौर पर मुझे कुछ पता लगेगा तो मैं जरूर उस बात को देखूंगा।
The controversy is building into an embarrassing face-off, with the Indian Chief of Mission also hitting back at the Rio organizers, accusing them of making an issue out of a non-issue. Rakesh Gupta claims that the minister inadvertently accessed the field of play without a required pass, but left when he was stopped. With no medals yet at Rio, has a misbehaving mantri stolen the spotlight, only to damage India's reputation abroad? With Boria Majumdar in Rio, Bureau Report, India Today.
India Today, Shobhit Mittal now joins me for more on the story. Shobhit, the minister's clearly downplaying what the organizers are saying, because this letter from Sarah Peterson, who's the continental manager of the Rio Games, now she's very clearly saying that they have multiple reports of the minister trying to enter accredited areas with unaccredited individuals, and when the staff complained, when the staff tried to explain to them that they're not supposed to do that, the staff was rude and they pushed past our staff, and that's very serious.
Absolutely, and after that she goes on to add that should our protocol team be made aware of further examples of this type of behavior, the accreditation of your Minister for Sports will be cancelled and his privileges at the Olympic Games withdrawn. We trust you will pass on this message urgently. So this is the Rio Organising Committee passing on the message to the Indian Olympic Association, and for the Rio Organising Committee to put this on paper, this just shows how serious this violation is. They list out 3 instances, not one but 3 instances where the sports minister appears to have violated the playing area and rules of not going on to the playing area. However, the bigger issue is that not just that he went to the playing area,
yes,
but his staff which were with him were rude,
yes,
with the organizing committee.
And they're extremely unhappy about it. Stay with me for a moment, Shobhit. I want to bring in Ashwini Nachappa for more on this. And ma'am, when you look at our medal hunt and the minister's alleged selfie hunt and the way the Rio organizers are complaining, what do you make of it? A minister being there, is that a morale boosting thing for players? Because he says the players, the hockey players wanted him to come, that's why he went in for a selfie. Is that the case, or is this more of a selfie hunt?
Well, I don't think we should club the issues of a medal hunt with the behavior of officials out there. But I personally feel everybody who goes, including players, officials, whether they are ministers or not, everybody who represents the nations are ambassadors of the country. And their behavior is of utmost concern to all of us. I mean, this is what has happened is absolutely shameful. And for them to actually give a written letter to the Indian delegation saying that they will, disqualify or not allow the minister and his team to is absolutely shameful. I wish, such reports don't come out and it's not taken further, because it is embarrassing for the entire Indian contingent.
And it's happened not just once. As Shobit was pointing out, it's happened at 3 different instances. So it's repeatedly happening. This is almost being a repeat offender.
Absolutely. I mean, this is absolutely shocking. I mean, Mr. Vijay Goel, I would have expected much better, results from him. He should be boosting our Indian contingent there and not, having controversies and creating controversies out there at Rio. This is the least of what is expected of him.
Because Shobit, this letter, that's been written by the organizers very clearly says that this behavior is unacceptable. There have been previous warnings, and this is indicative of the fact that the previous warnings were ignored. This is almost like tu janta nahi main kaun hu attitude of the minister's staff, and the minister doesn't appear to be admonishing them.
Absolutely, Gaurav. It appears that the previous warnings may have been verbal. Finally, they may have had to put this complaint in written and pass it on to the Indian delegation. Now, first of all, let's just say that the sports minister being in Rio is not the issue. If he's in Rio to cheer on our Indian athletes, that's great news. He can do that. He's welcome to do that. However, it's the violation of the IOC rules which prohibit anyone from going onto the playing area when the tournament is on. And then on top of that, his staff reportedly misbehaving with the Rio organizers. That is the issue. So while Indian athletes are fighting tooth and nail to get medal for the country, sports minister is welcome to go there and cheer them on. However, it's the IOC saying they cannot be rude with our staff, they cannot be rude with our organizers there at the venue, and not once, not twice, but multiple times.
Yes.
These 3 venues include one gymnastics venue where Deepa Karmakar has made it to the final. Sports minister was also seen at the boxing venue after Vikas Krishnan's bout, and he was on the playing area after the women's hockey match against Japan where the team drew 2-2. And sports minister says in his defense that yes, I had a pass to go there, and when the organizers pointed out that you're not allowed, he moved out. That's what his defense is. However, the Rio organizers seem to disagree with that.
Okay, keep tracking that story. Shobit, I will come back to you for more. For the moment, Ashwini Nachappa, many thanks.